showing off some brand new areas, encounters, combat, and a lot of cool tactics and things you get to do in Dragon Age Origins. It's our next title from BioWare. It's coming on PC and PS3 and 360. And what we're trying to do is really define a new genre for fantasy. It's dark, heroic fantasy, which is mature, gritty, choice with consequences. It's a world that feels credible and real, and we're really excited about it. It's kind of halfway between the world of high fantasy and Tolkien-esque fantasy and low dark fantasy, and it's got the best of breed features of both those worlds. And another way to look at it is if you take the best of breed features of a game like Baldur's Gate 2 and you marry it with some of the cool features, the cinematic experience and the characterization of a game like Mass Effect, a game like Dragon Age, that's the result. So we're really excited about it, and we think it's going to be a pretty big, it's going to be a landmark event when it comes out. It's dark, it's gritty, it's mature, it's choice with consequence, and it's heroic as well. You're on a hero's journey. You're a Grey Warden, a member of a group of legendary warriors who are charged with saving the world from the Blight, where these darkspawn rise up and try and destroy all living things. So it's a pretty big, important mission, very heroic. At the same time, the world itself is full of dark consequences.
The way that choice and the decisions you make during the game is really borne out is other members of your party. They actually will actively tell you, they'll say, hey, I didn't like when you did that. And then you can actually even turn back to them and say, I'm doing it, I'm the boss. And they actually have an ongoing measurement and ongoing set of observations they're making about what you're doing. It's called the approval system. And this system can get to the point where if you make your party members mad enough, they might even attack you. They might even leave to say, that's it, I don't agree with what you're doing. The other side of that is you can give gifts and you can do things to make them really like you, to the point where, if it's the right character, you can actually have a romance with them. There's this one instance where, there's this guy kind of causing trouble, and he's trying to get you to get his merchandise around, and he's also like bothering everyone. And if you kick him out of town, you don't get to actually use him as a merchant. But at the other side, if you do let him stay, you can actually get his stuff and get access to items and things. Those are the smaller scale. The bigger scale are much more impactful. It's really I wouldn't go so far as saying it's like complete genocide decisions, but there's certain decisions you make in the game where you throw favor behind a certain set of people or certain tribe or race or whatever, and then the other one that you didn't throw a favor behind gets decimated and has not a very good day. And it's the kind of things that right from the small things to the big things. And this again, what your party is looking back to, they're always watching you and always kind of deciding on whether they like what you're doing or not. All these things have a moment-to-moment impact on what you're playing, and then again the impact on the world itself. So with regard to the tactics system, one of the things we set out really early in Dragon Age Origins was to create a system, overall game that people that were casual players that haven't a whole bunch of experience playing our deep role-playing games could play. So really, we sort of created this whole system of a artificial intelligence that controlled the other party members and allowed you to play pretty much your main character. Let some of the action take care of itself.
You've got to collaborate with your team members. You have a strong party of a rogue, warrior, mage, and they work together in unison. So you have 4 characters at a time. It's up to you who you bring alongside you in your journey. So the combats are going to be very different depending on who the non-player characters you have with you are, and also how you developed your own characters. So for us, the neat thing is seeing a battle where reliably if you go on a certain set of tactical decisions in the battle, you're going to get defeated. And if you make other choices reliably, predictably, you can go back and defeat that enemy. Makes you feel really smart. Marrying that with a very cinematic presentation, you can play behind the shoulder, gives a very up close and personal feel to the action, or raise the camera up and play more of an armchair general RTS kind of Diablo or Baldur's Gate kind of view. It's up to you how you want to play and experience the action, but either way, it's going to be very, very fast-paced. It's going to be very collaborative, lots of tactics, and you can play entirely controlling one character and use the AI to control the rest of your party, or you can pause the game and assign specific orders on the fly to take out certain enemies in certain sequences, use spell combos to massive magical effect. And there's so many possibilities that it's hard to describe combat in just one short burst like that. But I think just the players they're gonna experience all these different ways to try out combat, and they're gonna have a hell of a lot of fun.
What we try and do is lovingly handcraft each individual version. Even between the PS3 and 360, we're going to see, there'll be some differences in terms of maybe interface and other things. PC again is going to be different even yet. So the goal that we're trying to accomplish is that each version feels like it's the natural one for the game. In terms of how what we're trying to do to mix the audiences. Obviously PC was a lead skew in Dragon Age, so there's going to be some interesting things that come into the picture that maybe on the console side maybe a little deeper than people are familiar with, and the challenge is on us, and we're excited about it to actually try and make sure it's really accessible and easy to access with the controls.
It's going to be an amazing game. Dragon Age Origins is coming for PC, PS3, 360 in fall 2009.